After strutting his stuff as Lola in Kinky Boots earlier this year, Todrick is back on the boards with a new razzle dazzle. Recently seen dancing with Taylor Swift in her epic Look What You Made Me Do video, the YouTube sensation is now playing slick lawyer Billy Flynn in Chicago at the Ambassador Theater through January. The Broadway baby recently stopped by Broadway.com to talk about joining the smash hit and getting a little jealous of his female co-stars. Todrick, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're back on Broadway so fast. I love it.
I know. I couldn't believe it. The other day I realized that I left in March and I'm already back in November. So I'm really, really excited to be back again, but I didn't realize it had been so quick. The year flew by.
You were Lola in Kinky Boots. You won a Broadway.com Audience Choice Award.
Oh, thank you,
favorite
darling.
replacement.
Thank you.
Yes. Did you enjoy doing Broadway again and coming back to Broadway?
Yes.
It's always Broadway for you.
Yes, I love Broadway so much. In fact, when I'm like looking for a new future victim, which is what I call my boyfriends, I always am like, I don't know how well we will get along or if this will even have a long run or if it'll just be closed in previews as far as our relationship is concerned if you don't appreciate theater. So I bring them to New York and make them watch a bunch of shows, and if they're trying to get on their cell phones or if they're falling asleep, they're out. It's like a wrap at that point.
So that's the test.
That's the test.
Oh
to
my
find
God.
out if you're, in the running towards becoming America's next top Todrick husband.
Is there a specific show you'll bring a guy to kind of like test them out to see?
Well, my shows were, I had like this thing because every time I met someone on Tinder, I'd be like, let's go see a Broadway show, and it would be my excuse so that the people in the cast didn't think I was a stalker. So I would always go see Book of Mormon. I would always go see Something Rotten. I saw the most of every show.
Great show.
I think I've seen Wicked the most of any show on Broadway, and now it's just kind of like ridiculous at this point. I have to like go like incognito into the theater when I go in because I'm so nervous that the cast members are gonna be like, Todrick is here again. But I'm just such a big Wizard of Oz fan. But I think those are the shows that I've seen the most.
Right.
Yeah.
So Chicago, you were razzle dazzling them. Was Billy Flynn ever a role that caught your eye that you thought about before?
In all honesty, no. Like, okay, so I went to go see the show with Brandy in it because she's my everything, and I love the show. I've done so many like parodies of the music of the musical on my YouTube channel.
Well, you did the Spell Block Tango.
Yeah, and then Cell Block Django.
Yes.
And I did a video called All That Ass that my mom does not approve of at all. So there's been a few different takes on Chicago on my YouTube channel, but I just have loved the musical since I was in high school. I watched the movie, and it was just always one of my favorite musicals. Yeah, I went to the show, and I was like, I think it'd be fun to play Mary Sunshine, and I just said it on stage, and then the next week I got a call from the musical director, and she said, a little birdie told me that you would love to do the show. I went in to sing for Mary Sunshine, and they were like, we think that your fan base would love to come and see you be Billy Flynn. And I was like, I don't see myself as a Billy Flynn at all. This is a huge stretch for me. I'm not gonna wear a dress, like it's just like a weird situation,
Yeah.
But after I sang the songs, it felt really comfortable in my voice. I'm a very like a self-proclaimed baritone. I don't like to be in the stratosphere. I am not Alex Newell. I will not be going and replacing him as Asaka in Once on This Island. That's not gonna happen. And so, but it's been a really, really cool experience, a huge stretch for me. You would think that putting on heels and wearing a dress and wearing wigs and makeup would be a stretch for me, but actually going on stage in a three-piece suit is a huge stretch for me, so.
I have to admit, when I heard the rumor, somebody said Todrick Hall's gonna be in Chicago, and I said, which role?
Mama Morton.
Which role? I mean, I feel like you could play any of them.
That would have been really fun. It was kind of shocking to me, but I'm really excited that I'm getting this opportunity. I've grown so much as an actor already, and I'm only 1 week into my run because it's just such a it's difficult for me to take a role that's like a lawyer with so much personality and so much swag and pizzazz, but translate that into my own body where in my mind that translates into doing a high kick or a jump split or something. But I'm having so much fun, and the cast is just amazing and so welcoming.
Chicago is in amazing shape always. That's why everybody loves Chicago, because they keep that cast on point.
It was like such a well-oiled machine. All of the producers, they let me make my own video to promote that I was in the show. They've been really accommodating, and they put a little choreography in there for me during Razzle Dazzle that was a little bit, more advanced, so I could have a little fun with the dancers during that part.
So what's it like with being surrounded by beautiful showgirls and doing the real leading man thing?
It's
the feathers and the.
Yeah, well, I love the feathers. The showgirls, I don't know how I feel about that as much. I love watching them, but I like kind of wish that I was being one of them sometimes. But I'm sure that my mom was very pleased to, for once, see me surrounded by a bunch of biological women.
I love it. You had an amazing run in your tour, Straight Out of Oz.
Yes.
And you, like you said, you love The Wizard of Oz. I love The Wizard of Oz. And this was your original musical, a huge undertaking. You took it all over the country, all over, I mean, it was a big run.
The world, yeah. We
all over the world, yeah.
Yeah.
You have fans everywhere. Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I'm going to turn around and look at your camera for that.
That's
Thank
YouTube.
you, YouTube.
But there's a documentary coming out, which is so
Yes.
cool, Behind the Curtain, Todrick Hall. I'm so excited to see this. I didn't realize you basically had a camera crew sort of
Following
documenting
the entire time.
that whole thing. You seem like a guy who, all your videos you've created, you're very much in control. And you have a very clear creative vision of everything. So I was wondering, what was it like for you?
It was very strange at first. I mean, I was so grateful to have Catherine Fairfax Wright with me because she was there.
Director.
She's the director of the documentary, and she was there every single step of the way. And she was like living on a bus with me, so she could film me when I was asleep. She was like in cabs with me when I'm falling asleep, learning my lines. I think what will inspire people is that they will actually be able to see the raw, like uncut version of me, like not a polished like Disney Channel version of what happens. People always ask me, what does it take to make a YouTube success or to make a viral video? And with this situation, you get to see us like staying up till 3 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m. and working on these videos nonstop because my team and I are so passionate about this project. And but also, it was like a really cool thing for me to see because I was like not really taking everything in that was happening and starting to become like, dare I say, ungrateful for some of the things that were happening. And sometimes I would be so competitive, which a lot of artists are. We like look at people to the left and right of us and we say, well, that person has more followers. Well, that person sold more tickets to me. Well, that person has this show on this network and that person, whatever. And that is like the worst thing that I could do. I was like self-destructing like internally from like comparing myself to all these other artists. And when I was watching the documentary, I started to cry at a certain point because I was looking at the audiences and the sea of people that there's not been anybody helping me. There's not a manager that has been behind pulling strings to help me get my name out there. I've been doing this alone with my friends, seeing all the people and how much we touch their lives and change their lives. It was really inspiring for myself.
That's amazing, and it makes a lot of sense because you sort of like made yourself a star before you were a star with your YouTube videos, and it makes sense that a documentary crew is just capturing what's really there, and people really do love you.
It was insane that watching it brought it to life for me. Like I never want to have another experience like that where I work that long and do that many shows. Like with Kinky Boots, I remember every single day of that experience. And anytime someone says the word Kinky Boots, I like am filled with these just like, you know, like drag butterflies. And I'm having the same experience doing Chicago now. I just love everybody in the cast and I feel like I've known them for years.
Well, you're in the show through January 14th, and this movie I was talking about is available next week, December 12th, on all digital platforms, and on the 19th on DVD. People still buy DVDs.
Yes, and listen, I didn't even have all the facts straight, so I'm glad you did, because I don't know when it's all coming out.
I memorized a bunch of numbers before you walked in.
Tickets for my tour that I'm going on next year, go on sale December 15th.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Hitting the road.
Hitting the road one more time.
Always making magic. Thank you so much for being in.
Thanks for having me.
I can't wait to see you in Chicago, and I can't wait to see your movie.
Thank you, and I can't wait to see your next amazing tie next time I come back. I like your new place. I like what you've done with it.